let's just sew whatever. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to cut the Tailor tote super simplified. Just super simple. So I'm going to be going through all of the pattern pieces super quick just so I can tell you what you need. And it's a lot of pattern pieces, but it's going to be okay. So we don't need any of the divider center pieces. We're going to need strap connectors. We're not going to use our recessed zipper panel. We do need the lower side panels. We will need the main panel slip pocket, but only because we need the bottom panel. But we're not going to add any exterior slip pocket. We're not going to add a zipper pocket to the bag. We will need lower main panel A. We're going to cut 2 lining, 2 exterior. We do need stabilizer, so we're going to cut out the bottom panel stabilizer, the lower side panel interfacing. We don't need any of the sectioned pieces. With how simple this bag is, it's up to you if you want to add the upper main panel piece interfacings, but I think I do. I like the structure it gives. We don't need our sectioned middle panel. We do need the upper main and upper side. No middles, no sides, no divider bottom. We do need the interfacing, divider interfacing. We will need our lower main panel B interfacing. No divider bottom panel and no divider center pocket. Okay. So for this bag, I'm going to be using this Luxe vinyl and this waterproof cotton from the Emporium. I think these are really fun together. Oh, you know what I might use? Is the dark olive color for the handles. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I wanted like some kind of pop, but I wanted it to mostly be this color. So I'm gonna be using vinyl for the handles, and I think I'm just gonna be putting them in the top seam so it's even less that I have to cut out and like place in just the right spot. So I know this says display only, but I can cut my handles out of it, it'll be fine. Do I want my crossbody strap out of it? Double-sided strap. Well, that makes it less simple. It does, it's true. So I think I'll do a double-sided strap, but I'm gonna do these 2 fabrics together. So that's what we're gonna need. I'm gonna slide these pieces out of the way and I'm gonna get started on cutting out my strap piece. So we'll start by cutting a 2-inch wide piece, and that is going to be for our double-sided crossbody strap. You could also use webbing. I just don't think I have any webbing here that's gonna match this print. It's such a pretty print. You could also cut this to 3 inches wide to make like a 1.5 inch wide double-sided strap. I don't know that I've ever done that, but that would be kind of cool actually. So then we'll measure 1.5, no, just 1 inch down the center. And we'll apply that tape. And for the grab handles, I want these to be pretty slim. So I'm gonna cut these to 2, I'll do 2.5 wide. But I'll do this full length, which is going to be about 17 inches. So I'll do 2.5 by 17. Oh goodness, what did I do? That's not straight. There we go. Okay. And then we'll apply tape down the center. Those will be our handles. So that's all I'm going to cut out of this accent vinyl. And I borrowed this from work, so I got to take it back. Shh, don't tell them. Don't tell them. Okay, cut this in a little bit. Let me get all my exterior cut. It's too satisfying not to like roll that out. Well, I didn't do it in a very satisfying way. So keep in mind, sometimes my vinyls don't look the greatest, and that's because I get all the seconds quality vinyls. So I sometimes have flaws I need to work on. Work around. That was a Freudian slip, for sure. For sure. Okay. Lower main panel A. Go ahead and cut it this way. That way we can get our lower side panel out of the bottom of that. So we'll line up the top edge here. And we're going to cut around the whole thing. The templates I'm using are from That Template Shop, and I do have a discount code. It is not an affiliate code, so you just save some money. I don't make anything off of it. But that code is so whatever, I think. I'm pretty sure. But they also have minimalist templates that save you a lot, and they just don't have any markings. The discount does not combine. So I'm going to be making this bag with a magnetic snap closure. That is not in the pattern. The general construction is going to be the same for how the pieces come together. That's our exteriors. I'm gonna need this for my lining, so I'll just place that in on top of my lining fabric. Now we don't need a main panel slip pocket. We're just gonna use this for our base since it's the same size. And I do need to cut my lining out of that for the base. So I'm setting it over there. Interfacing, stabilizer, interfacing. Okay. This lower main panel interfacing I'm going to put in my little interfacing pile. So we'll go ahead and cut out again, I get the bad ones so that you can have the good ones. Just cut out that whole thing. We're going to need to interface it. We'll need our lining fabric out of that. So we'll set that over there. And then the last pieces we need are the upper main panel contrast and upper side panel contrast. And you'll notice I'm not cutting it out of the contrast. You don't have to. You just need to cut it out. Unless you want your bag to be a little bit shorter, then you don't have to. But this will be how we secure our handles as well. So I'm going to cut 2 of these. I'm going to cut the other sides out of my lining. Lining will all be the same. So 2 exterior, 2 lining, and then repeating exterior and lining. And then we're going to need crossbody strap connectors as well. And I think I want to do that out of that fabric, just to give it a little bit more on the outside. So that's it from our vinyl. Famous last words. These are all going to need to be interfaced, so I've got those in the pile there. The rest of my lining I'm not going to need to interface. This is a pretty thick fabric. It's a waterproof canvas, so it really doesn't require any interfacing. I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to cut out my crossbody strap accent really quick while I've got this uncut edge like that. And I'll go ahead and cut it to 2 inches. Normally I do like a 2-inch piece and a 1.75 piece, but I think this and we'll trim the selvage off. We're going to mark down the center. And then we'll add double-sided tape. If you're making this simplified version, but you still want to add a pocket or both pockets, you absolutely can still do that. It's just less simplified. Okay, there's that. Print really doesn't have a direction, which is good. Neither do I. So we can just kind of start cutting from anywhere we like. And we're just going to cut the whole piece. No trimming, no changes. Done with that piece. I do want to mark my centers. So I'm just folding in half and cutting a little 1/4 inch triangle within that section. 1/8 to 1/4. Just a little notch. All right, we just need one of the bottom panels, so I'll go ahead and wait to cut that, and we'll cut what we need 2 of first. So that's going to be our upper contrast for side panel and main panel, the lower side panels, and our strap connectors. So for the strap connectors, I'm going to do the same size as the upper side panel because this piece is right here. Oh wait, never mind, here's my strap connector. I lied, okay, I'm sorry. I don't need to add any interfacing to this really. This fabric is thick enough, but if you wanted to have that extra structure at the top of the bag, you absolutely can do it. So this little piece here is our strap connector for our triangle or D-ring. So the only hardware we're going to need for this is crossbody strap and a magnetic snap. So D-ring, slide adjuster, 2 snap hooks, and a magnetic snap. Pretty easy peasy. One of those. Oops. Luckily I've got some seam allowance. So I did cut into this piece a little bit, but I've got seam allowance, so we'll be okay. There's that. All right. Bottom panel action. We can cut off this excess. So now all we need is that lower side panel and interfacing. And if you're not going to interface, I guess technically you don't need to do that. Like if you were to cut this bag out of like all nylon, like a nylon or polyester waterproof fabric, you could make it like a collapsible tote to take with you places. Something that looks a little fancier. I always like to clean up as I'm going. So I'm going to cut Decaville Light for the base. I'm not going to stabilize any of my lining pieces. This will be my bottom panel stabilizer. There. Wait, where am I going? What am I doing? Cut away. So the Walk interfacing has this plastic backing you need to peel off before you fuse. So I just kind of peel it as I'm cutting it so that I don't forget. Because chances are I will. It's me. Hi. All right, I do want interfacing on the upper main pieces for the exterior. So I'll cut those 4 little pieces. I love the consistent structure it gives across the whole top of the bag. So that's why I don't skip it if I don't have to. So there's that. Just moving all my little rulers out of the way. All right, so we can get our lower main panel interfacing. This is going to go across the whole lower main panel exterior. If you want to do the interior with it instead, you technically could. out. These little pieces. And then our lower side panel. Just the whole thing. That is it for the interfacing. So we'll go ahead and fuse everything, and then I'll go over the pieces once again. So if you're making it with me, you know you've got all your pieces. So our base is going to get decaville heavy, or 2 to 3 layers of your other interfacing. We're going to interface those side gusset pieces. If you're worried about your interfacing shifting at all, you can warm it up first on your heat press and then set it into place. And I'm just doing about 10 seconds at 149 degrees Celsius. It's like 300 and something degrees. So this main panel would be fun to quilt or applique, since it's just one big open piece, but again, we're simplifying it, we're making it simple. Yeah, think of all those fun little extras. So that was pretty quick to cut and interface. Deceptively quick. So let's check everything out that we've got. We've got our simple grab handles. These are gonna go in this top seam here. Oh, it's gonna be so cute. Our upper main panel is gonna go over top of that. So we kind of put these together. Kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle. This is our gusset piece, and these get attached to the top, and then we're also going to need our strap connectors. So these are going to hold our little D-rings into place. So all of this is going to go together with the exterior. We've got our crossbody strap that we're unsimplifying. The simplest way to do this would just be a really nice matching webbing. Super quick. We've got our side gusset pieces, our bottom panel, and then our uppers here, so we could clip all this together. We have our upper main lining and our lower main lining, and that's it. It'll just be a really nice open tote we're going to add a magnet to and put it all together. So we're going to be turning this through an opening in the lining. You could also just do a drop-in if you prefer, but yeah, I'm really excited to put this one together. I know the colors are a little unusual, but I think it'll be super fun. So I hope this helps you cut out a super simple Tailor tote, and I can't wait to make this with you. Bye.